Any data scientist who has worked with Python is aware of the Conda package manager. Have you struggled to maintain sanity while managing the Conda environment's YAML file during the production deployment? Did you know that Conda also keeps the history of the changes that you made to the environment? Let me show you how. In my command line, let's create a Conda environment and install a couple of packages. You can create a Conda environment with the command conda create. I'll provide the name. Let's call it demo. I'll make it into a Python version 3.6. This is not true for Python 3.6. You can install any version, and I'll pass an argument why, so that it doesn't ask me to proceed or not. Now my environment has been created. Let's activate the environment. Now I am in my demo environment. Let's start by installing a simple package like NumPy. Now I've installed NumPy, and with the NumPy there were a lot of other packages that were installed as well. Now let's go ahead and install yet another package. This time let's do it with SciPy. Now I installed two packages at two different intervals. Now I can go back and look at how these packages were installed using conda list revision. Now you can see that in my first revision 0, my base conda was installed. In my revision 1, the following packages were installed. Although you install NumPy, there were a lot of dependencies in there that also got installed. And then subsequently in my revision 2, I also had SciPy. Now, let's say you want to go back to your revision 1. You can very easily go back to revision 1 by using the command conda install, and you go. Now it will exactly reverse all the steps that it had done before to go back to the previous state. Now let's look at the conda revision history. You will see that to go back to 1, it reverts the steps that it had done before. So in my revision 2, I had installed SciPy, and because I said go back to revision 1, it uninstalled SciPy from my previous state. So this allows you to kind of go back and forth with your revisions as the way you like it. Cool, isn't it? Now if you look at the Conda environment, you will notice that it has a lot of packages which included the dependencies of NumPy and SciPy. So this makes a mess of the environment file that you create. In fact, there is also a feature request since 2015 to save the environment with user requested packages. Let me show you how you can do that without waiting for this fix. Conda stores all the commands in a history file in its specific environment. Now let's go to the demo environment that we created earlier. I'm using Windows, so I'm going to go to my miniconda folder, my environments, and the demo environment that we created earlier. In the demo environment, there's a folder called conda meta. I'm going to go in that, and that's where my history file is stored. Now let's open up the history file to see what it contains. You can see that it has all my commands that I ran in this environment. The first command is where I created the demo. The second where I installed NumPy. Subsequent to that, my SciPy installation, and the revision that I did to go back to my NumPy installation. Now it's very easy to now create an environment file which just has SciPy and NumPy and not the complete dependencies that we have. Let me know how you like this feature and what you would like to see in my next videos in the comments below. If you are at my channel for the first time, make sure to hit the subscribe button.